Coming up on the Ultimate High School Sports Show, we'll go up close with some of the best prep football players in the country and see why the state of Florida dominates the college recruiting scene. Plus, Shut Sports presents the Ultimate Team of the Week award straight ahead on the Ultimate High School Sports Show. Duran has grown an inch and put on about 15 pounds since the 2007 Class 5A state championship run for St. Thomas Aquinas over Osceola. The only two catches for Carter in that game both went for touchdowns in a total team effort by the Raiders, who are ranked among the top 5 in the country this season.
Has a receiver wide open. It's Carter again.
It's always fun to be at the top of the list, kind of be the top dog. But we always have to produce, and we come out to practice every day feeling like we have something to prove to everybody, and that's being Florida State champs and hopefully national title.
George Smith has led the program at St. Thomas Aquinas since he became the coach in 1974, and 4 state titles among the other great accomplishments have included many solid young men who get the job done in the classroom and on the field.
We've been very blessed with great human beings that have played here, a lot of them, and the mark of our better teams through the years have been with a group of kids that were just good people and wanted to succeed and wanted to work hard to succeed, and those type of people are going to go on and be successful in life.
Coach Smith gets some top-flight assistance from receiver coach Chris Carter on the sidelines, and he knows the bloodlines certainly are in Duran Carter's favor. He's headed to Ohio State next fall, following in the footsteps of his father, an All-American in the 80s for the Buckeyes and a future NFL Hall of Famer who caught 1,101 passes and 130 touchdowns during his pro career. But Duran definitely has established his own identity and made an independent decision to attend one of the nation's best business schools to prepare for life after football.
Actually, I was a Michigan fan growing up. My dad had accepted that. But based on my visit going up to Ohio State, I really liked it. My dad had a little bit of influence, but his career there really didn't have too much to do with what I chose to go to college.
Thanks to his famous dad, Carter inherits great football IQ to go with physical attributes like soft hands and long arms. The 6'4" height advantage over smaller defensive backs is compounded by skill sets that are obvious when he creates separation, oftentimes making the first defender miss and getting crucial yards after the catch. Number 8 is a playmaker who receives scholarship offers from schools like LSU, Auburn, and Wisconsin, but top-ranked Ohio State won the recruiting war, and all the focus is on having another successful year on campus at St. Thomas Aquinas.
For us to have a great script ending, definitely winning states, Winning states is the sort of climax of events that we could have on the football team, and it felt great last year even as a junior. So as a senior, I can't imagine what it'll feel like.
All eyes were on Kingsland, Georgia, a great setting for the Battle of the Border doubleheader, and plenty of fans showed up for what turned out to be a real offensive show by Charlton County freshman running back Trey Hamilton, scoring the first 2 touchdowns for the Indians. The Buccaneers of First Coast High School tried to close the gap on a field goal that kept them competitive in their first matchup of the season, but there was plenty more to cheer about for Charlton County quarterback Chris Milton, who ran for 3 touchdowns in the second half. The Indians' scoring machine kept pouring it on thanks to a great blocking effort by the offensive line. Charlton County coach Rich McWhorter called 54 running plays and only threw the ball once in the 32-18 victory.
And I'll tell you what, that big old fat offensive line we got, they just put their ears back and ran hard. That offensive line is what really controlled this football game, I think. Controlled the clock, controlled the field position, and we ran behind them. It's a big change than when the last time we were over here.
In the nightcap, it was Columbia County taking on Camden County, and the Tigers couldn't stop Wildcat senior Ronald Flowers going all the way for the score. Flowers, one of 10 different running backs used in the game, ringing up 298 total rushing yards for Camden County, and another senior, Greg Baker, showing great desire later on a play that looked like he was stopped, but took it all the way to the house on Columbia County's defense. Camden County scored later through the air when quarterback Chris Milstead went up top to D'Angelo Smith in a 31-0 shutout, and 2 wins on the night for the state of Georgia over Florida. Wildcat coach Jeff Heron reflected on a solid turnout.
I think it went real well, and certainly there were some things tonight maybe we can improve on for the future, but playing on Friday night would have been better and all that, but we appreciate all the people that came out. We appreciate the TV folks being here, and I think there was a lot of fans. It sure looked like we had a pretty good crowd here.
After changing his diet and putting in serious off-season conditioning, Nix comes into the 2008 season at about 6'3" and 300 pounds. He's only a junior, but most recruiters have him rated as one of the top defensive linemen in the country right now, and there's certainly no shortage of confidence for Mr. Nix.
I feel like I'm the best lineman, top lineman. I'm number 1.
Given the pure physical prowess by number 63 down in the trenches, he draws a lot of double-team blocking from opposing linemen. But surprisingly, Nick's favorite sport growing up wasn't played on the gridiron.
At first, I was a basketball player because I was overweight for Pop Warner. Then after that, I ain't really like football. Then a coach told me I need to come play for him in 7th grade when I went to Stillwell Middle School. Played D-line. After then, football.
Former NFL lineman Cedric Thornton serves not only as a head coach for the Reigns Vikings, but gives plenty of guidance to all his players, and Nix knows that he really cares about him as an individual.
Yeah, that's a man. He a father figure, We try to keep all of us, as a family, out of trouble, stay in school, do good in class. That's a number 1 goal. Keep your grades up, get that education.
Thanks to standout players like Louis Nix, Reigns finished 7-4 in 2007, including a first-round playoff appearance against St. Augustine. But expectations are even greater this season for the young man highly coveted by the University of Miami and Florida State.
And when everything that involves a championship, district championship, regional championship, state championship, we're trying to go all the way.
With a 3.2 GPA in the classroom and 4.4 speed on the field, the numbers add up quite nicely for Bowles' 5'11", 187-pound running back. Barnett's 1,208 rushing yards and 15 touchdowns helped the Bulldogs go undefeated during the regular season in 2007, but the senior remains humble after becoming the 7th player to commit to Tulane's Green Wave following a one-day unofficial visit to New Orleans.
A lot of schools express interest, but I would like to be a doctor, and Tulane, they also offer me, and they have a great medical program, so I'll be going there.
Barnett's downhill running style out of Bowles' famed wing tee offense is complemented by great vision and the ability to break tackles and finish. Of course, the 4-year starter for the Bulldogs also thinks he's a solid pass catcher out of the backfield.
I guess most people don't know that I can catch. I start our drills out in receiving, because our receivers and running backs, we do our drills together.
That one is thrown and caught. Nice hit. Barnett made the catch.
I wish I could show more people that. The Navy coach came down and saw me catch. He wanted me to play slot back for him, so he offered me there. So I can catch.
In what could be one of the best two-back tandems in the state of Florida, Barnett's friend Juwan Jamison, a junior this season, provides a consistent threat on the outside for defenses, while number 25 has been very effective, especially running the trap play inside. The relationship is solid across the board.
Football really brings people together. Everybody on the team is a friend of mine. You might scream at them on the field, but off field, we're all good.
Through character building and life skills for the young men at Bowles, Corky Rogers has definitely had a major impact on Barnett's football career at the next level. The future doctor appreciates what he's learned from Florida's winningest high school football coach.
It's amazing, along with, being under Coach Rogers and, people like Bowles, they bring it every game. Along with that, you also have, people putting the red dot on your head and, people always gunning for us. It seems like every team we play, it's like their playoff game, So we got to bring it every game.
Consistent winning at Bowles is expected by Barnett and his teammates every time they hit the field. Another state championship would cap off a great 4-year run.
Yeah, every other year, usually we win state. So we're due for this year, We won 02, 04, and 06. So 08 sounds good,